Sarah from Sarah's Cozy Kitchen, and I am on recipe number 3 with pretzels tonight. And I can tell you that these pretzel recipes are absolutely amazing. But this one, I don't really know what I'm going to name it yet. So I don't know what to call it, but it is extraordinary, like mind-blowingly easy and extraordinary. So you need, oh my gosh, no, sorry. No, so you need these pretzels. Oh my gosh. Dog, Sammy, Solo. Okay, they don't like, we live in the country, so they, whenever they see anything like a deer or anything outside, it's crazy, just craziness. Okay, so you need pretzels. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll have to pause the video. No more, get down. Welcome to my house. Chaos. My kids went to college and my dogs turned into my kids. Okay. So parchment paper or foil. I am out of parchment paper until I go to the store because I've been using a lot of it. So we're using foil. All right. So I'm using a quarter sheet pan. If you have a lot of people in your house or you're making it for like Christmas parties or Christmas cookie trays or something like that, you can use a full tray. So you would need 2 more chocolate bars. So I have a white and a semi-sweet chocolate bar. So you would need 4 or 6 if you're using even a bigger one. So it's proportionate to the size pan that you're using. Okay, so I have round pretzels. Hard to find round ones, but I found them. So single file pretzels on the bottom, because we're going to lay the chocolate bars over the top. So you don't want doubles, just singles. Okay, so I got too many. Okay, so just singles on your sheet. Okay, so we're going to take 2 chocolate bars, a white chocolate. So you have to use the baking bars for these. I got these at Walmart. You can get the Ghirardelli, but they were like triple the price. So I'm going to try it with these. Okay, so we're going to take the baking bar right over the top of the pretzels. And just for fun, I'm going to actually alternate them. So I'm going to put one here and one here. Oops. I love these big chocolate bars. Gosh, look at them. Aren't they fun? Okay, so we're going to cut that in half. Okay. All right. So I've got my oven at 350. All right. So I've got these laid out over the top. I've got a few extra that I'm going to pull out. Okay. So I'm going to place this in the oven. It'll take about 5 minutes, I believe. We're basically just melting the chocolate. Okay. In the meantime, we're going to get our toppings together. So this is a personal preference on what you would like on it. I am going to use M&M's, sprinkles, and maybe some pecans. So I've got some fun sprinkles that I picked up at Walmart. These are the Wilton Sweet Shop ones. They are like lots of the, different fun Christmassy colors. So picked up a couple of those, and I might throw on some chopped pecans on part of it too. So this is completely what you would like to have. I've been using a lot of pecans, so maybe I'll just stick with the sprinkles and the M&Ms as soon as they come out. So basically, this really isn't a baking video. This is more like candy caramel, but it's fun. I mean, all the different things that you can do with this. So other things that are going to post this weekend is I just did a pretzel toffee caramel crack recipe. And then I did the reindeer noses and the pecan Rolos. You can find those recipes anywhere on the internet, but I demonstrated how to do it. So if you have kids that want to learn how to cook, you can have them watch this video. And what I really like about the Rolo pretzels and the reindeer noses that I did is if you only want to make 10 of them, you can only make 10. If you want to make 100, you can make 100. You don't have to have this huge batch of pretzel treats sitting around. So, and then after this, we'll be done with pretzels for a while because we got to move on to other things. So now we are going to need either the sharp end of a knife or like a wooden dowel that you would use for making skewers or something like that too, just with a sharp point on these. Okay, we're getting there. A couple more minutes. So I think this recipe, I'm gonna have to come up with a name for it. I've seen it in several different variations, but I've always used this particular recipe at Christmas time. Maybe like pretzel bark, something like that. It's just absolutely super simple. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm gonna introduce myself just a little bit while we're waiting for the chocolate. So Sarah's Cozy Kitchen, I live in northern Minnesota, so it is pitch black right now at about 4:25. So that's why it's impossible for me to have natural light. I do work full-time in accounting. That's why this is quite the creative outlet for me. Accounting is a dying profession, they say, and I kind of know why. Anyway, I had started my channel when I have two children, and my youngest went to college in September, and I needed something to do with all my spare time in the evening. And I am a self-taught cook. I've always loved to cook. I always had 3 full meals a day for my kids. I always made them a hot breakfast. No matter how busy we were or where we were at, I always, even if we were gone, I always made sure that my kids had good nutritional food. Now I do like the sweets, but sweets in moderation, and then everybody's okay. But I do have a lot of healthy recipes on this website too, or on the YouTube channel. And I have a lot of dinners because, you know, we have to like eat other things besides sweets too. But this time of the year, I'm focusing on sweets a lot because that's what a lot of people focus on at Christmas time. So anyway, I decided to start posting my videos so that my kids could have a reference back to their mom's cooking, because now they're cooking for themselves. Okay, that was my 5 minutes, so I'll just keep going here. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Okay, now we're going to take our knife, our sharp object, and we're just going to blend it like this, so we get like a twirl of the chocolate. Trying not to disturb the pretzels too much. So then my kids reference, and actually they reference it quite a bit, my website and my YouTube channel for different recipes that they're making now that they're starting their lives. I have one daughter that's in a dorm at a college, so she just likes me to watch me because I'm her mom. But my other daughter is actually having to cook her own food now, so she spends time kind of watching me. So anyway, it's been kind of fun, but I have met such a fun community of people, and I don't like negativity, so I find that having a baking channel where I can share recipes and this is my happy place. Okay, so I got that kind of mixed in so you can kind of see what it looks like. This is my happy place. I only really like happy movies, and I only like happy books, and you could say I'm well, anyway, that's my prerogative, is just to be happy. Okay, so I'm sprinkling this now with, you can use any type of sprinkle you want. I'm going with a Christmassy sprinkle like this, because now the chocolate bars have completely melted in. All right, and then what would this chocolate bark be without M&Ms, the holiday M&Ms? We're gonna add those. like that. All right, and then we have our pretzel bark is done. So basically it just has to cool now. And that is what it looks like. So it looks like a disastrous mess, but it tastes absolutely incredible because when you're done, you can just break the pretzels that we layered underneath off. And oh my gosh, I just can't even explain how good that looks. So this is a recipe for about a half a pan, 2 chocolate bars. We have to completely let it cool before we break it up, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when we break it up. If you're in a hurry, you can put it in the freezer. I'm not in a hurry. I got all night to wait for it to cool. So, but I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Took about 10 minutes to get this. Oh, I got chocolate all over. Recipe to get this all done. And I hope if you learned something or you liked this recipe, you subscribe to my channel, send it to your friends. I do have some affiliate links in my description because I do treat this as a business, and buying all this food is extremely expensive. So I use that to go back. And then I also am starting a percentage of my profits, if I ever make any profits, will go to an animal welfare organization because I am an absolute animal lover. But I'll share more about that later as time goes on. But anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this.